So timestamps exist in case you want to skip forward, but this shouldn't take any longer. This might even be 20 minutes, but it depends because I have to still complete the next 2 seals, including this one. Or is it this? No, this is the last one. I'm going crazy. I'm looking over and I'm like, Forbidden Glade events, that has to be the last order. The problem is getting to that resolve, but either through hostility lowering or, yeah, we're going to cut towards these Forbidden Glades. Either way, we should be finished. We should be finishing the settlement in this video. If we're not, well, hey. Also, what was I using these people for? Oh, we're in the storm season. That's why I thought I'm in Drizzle. Usually I begin videos in Drizzle, but in this case, no, it's not happening. So let me just do a quick check over what exactly I'm doing. I know I'm making oil, I know I'm using Sacrament of the Flame, but other than that, I don't think there's any much more to look at. No. Can sacrifice Sea Marrow to be funny, and for really more time on Sacrament of the Flame, but I don't think I'm going to do that. And yeah, we're kind of suffering because of Plague of Mysteries, so I could take these people. I'm going to choose not to at the moment. And off we go. Although I think I will actually cut towards this dangerous glade. Again, we just want to move both of these woodcutters camps toward the Forbidden Glades. If we can't get the resolve within the next year or two, but hopefully it happens. We will be going positive on our decreasing hostility, so that's good to see, but yeah, it's not going to be the end-all be-all. And I think it is the it's the fox and the frogs. When we run out of incense, we're going to start suffering from the extra food consumption, which is not good, but we'll do what we can. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So that solves our hostility issue. Doesn't solve the other, I need incense issue, which is something to think about. Oh, that's right. I wanted to make this small fishing hut. If for no other reason than extra coal that I can just burn for Sacrament of the Flame, but if that's the case, I can do... Actually, we can take a fox away from the warehouse. We can do that instead. And I will just sit here. Actually, will I just sit here? No, yeah, I will sit here. So, off we go. If we could get our resolve to 30, that would be nice, but it would require a lot more than we have, because I think with just pie and biscuits, we won't have enough. In fact, we don't even have any more flour at the moment, so yeah, that's something to think about. We are kind of making flour here in the second press, but I don't know if it's enough to feed everyone. Well, either way. And then more frog houses if we need them. We're not getting any more frogs, but we'll wait until this... Well, we either wait until our hostility drops twice in a row, or we will stop. We will wait until the drizzle season, essentially. But it's not much else I'm doing at the moment, because we need to just continue doing what we do. Can I make another hearth? I think I can, right? I have... Oh, no, I don't have enough wildfire essence. We would need bricks, of which I don't have any. I don't have any. Yeah, and the one frog working on planks. Yeah, we can't really do much else. Jerky doesn't help anyone. It is complex food I can make, but I don't think I want to. Otherwise, the next thing I would do is probably this insect nest here, but we have 2 camps at the moment working already. We can continue working on them. We are getting leather as well, but I don't think that's going to save us either, because yeah, we would need dye or resin for either. Basically, I should be using trade routes. So yeah, we're going to let hostility drop at least one more time before we take these extra people. Don't know if it's going to help, but we'll find out. I could take it now. Yeah, I could take these people now. What I would probably end up doing is making... Well, I should have swapped the farmland out for plantation. No. So I bought the plantation for no reason. That's what I'm trying to say. But with these new people, what can I do? Make a few pickled goods for just pickled goods? I mean, I might as well. Could also make a bunch of pack of crops so I can buy things in the trader, but let's assume that we're at a higher prestige at the moment and see what we can do with our lives. We can make building materials as well. Can we make this mine? If we had enough bricks, which we don't. So we could knock down a building that uses bricks, but I don't think I want to do that either. So instead, let me take a quick look. Where What are we doing here? This salt would be nice, but that would then require me to put a... Well, one, a mine, but two, we need bricks anyway, so... Should probably cut into a small glade, if I'm really being honest with myself. Is this an overgrown abyssal tree? No, so... But I think we still cut into this forbidden glade just to prep... We cut into both of these small glades, really. And my next... Yeah, so because we don't have clay, let's see if we can find clay by cutting into this small glade. Well, both of these small glades. We should have enough thingamajiggies. Sacrament of the Flame to lower hostility all the way. Yeah, and if we didn't have this, then we would have been... If we did not have the temple, we would be charging into 2 Forbidden Glades in year 9. But because we have... Well, yeah, because we have Sacrament of the Flame, we can... I could make this video... Oh, I would have continued a video if I didn't. But now that I do, I can take it slower, is what I'm trying to say. But anywho, how much oil do we have left? Okay, we're still making oil, which is good. We are losing all of our meat, which is not as great, but I do still need the oil, so... Here's Renwald, more cannibalism, plantation, which would have been nice, actually, but it's a bit... no, we can kind of swerve. Yeah, we can swerve if I really need to. Meat specialization would have helped earlier. I'm gonna make a swap. So what we're gonna do to these farmlands is we're going to put the 2 plantations here instead, and hope that's enough. I might even want to make 3 just to be super sure that I can make use of all this farmland in time, but we'll see. Yeah, you know what? While I have the planks, I might as well. So we'll just use every plantation in the book here, just to be super sure. And then with the foxes, yeah, we don't have the resolve, unfortunately. So we're definitely going to move towards the Forbidden Glades. After that, though, I guess we'll find out. 2 additional humans, stuff, and 50% goods in the makeshift post. But I don't know if I really want to use that. So, I don't think this will... Will this save us? Because everyone's going to eat the porridge. I guess I can buy all of this and find out. Yeah. We also need bricks, but... let's at least buy some pipes. I need 1 wildfire essence for a hearth. And let's just sell everything we have and see what we can get. Parts are interesting, but let's take everything else instead first. Boost foxes, because they're the ones who need the resolve high. And extra paste would have helped. I think I'm just gonna go all in, and I'm not using this crystallized dew, so let's find out if we can actually grab everything here. Close, not close, but you get the point. I could drop the wildfire. Well, that wouldn't be enough. So let's split the difference for fox food. And then drop the paste down. I really should have dropped the paste first, but I'm taking these pipes so I can make use of the rainwater. And we don't need faster oil, we just need oil in general. But, yeah, let's cut into this small glade and find out. We'll cut into this dangerous glade probably next year, because we won't make it in time for this year. So yeah, and I should have been making goods if I really wanted to buy things, but... And yeah, the fact that we don't have any incense ingredients is kind of hurting us a bit. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Are we making... Yeah, we are. So, yeah, I think they're bringing back the... We finished... No, we have not. Where am I getting those thingies from, anywho? Let us use this... Yeah, sorry, I'm going to cancel you guys really quickly. Yeah, let's lose that. Yeah, let's use the insect camp. Here. Probably here, really. And afterward, actually, we have to enable insects again. Does that enable it for both? If I hold shift? No, I don't. No, it does not. But we can, I guess, still take the insects here. No. Let's just focus this nest here. Might as well get the double insect boost. So yeah. But yeah, as we're sitting here, we should be able to continue. Yeah, we're definitely going to hit Hostility 3. Right after that, though, oh, we also need shelter, as it turns out. So let's make some shelter. And find out. Rip pies, by the way. Yeah, rip pies. Insects make pies, nothing else. And we've pretty much eaten all of our porridge, so yeah. And it's the well, if we had more incense, it would be nice. You know what we can do then? No, because I don't think we have enough time anymore. I am still gonna call another trader, but I don't think we have anything to really sell. I'll take a look though, just to be sure. And yeah, with these planted, I shouldn't need any more. Although I should have focused on grain, really. Yeah. Well, too late now. We will still get a lot from it, but yeah, unless we can do more, we can't really help our resolve. Here's just straight up incense, but if that's the case, let's do what we can here. Not really much else. I thought we could make boots somewhere. Did I sacrifice that building? No, I have weavers sitting right. I have the weaver building sitting in my face. So yeah, I should actually make this, is what I'm trying to say. Let's make use of the fact that we have a bunch of leather for all of these boots. And now I'm just really sad. But if we can get this incense running before... no, I don't think we make it in time. Well... Hey. We will get another reputation point, but, yeah, unless this hostility goes all the way down, I don't think we get much else. Tea, but we need bricks still. We have a clothier, but not really anyone doing anything. And yeah, that's because we don't have any resin. Wait, was Bliss selling resin? Or anything I could do? No. The answer is no. Could sell oil if I really wanted to. Not gonna do that. So instead, we just sit here and let Bliss go. Is there anything else? Technically, we continue to make planks. Could slowly make building materials. Yeah, I think I can do that. Prioritize coats, but really just have one human working on building materials. Yeah, this is this is not great. My incense! Are you guys done? So yeah, these herbs are just gonna be strictly turned into a thing. I think what I'm actually gonna do is... No, I'm not. I was gonna say I was gonna sacrifice oil. I decided against that. Let's put a fox on the hearth, funny enough. And let's make some coal with this algae. We also have clay. We also have clay. Oh, we're not doing a thing. I should have done the thing. Reputation point, forum, bleh. And better boots. So I actually... And dye. Anything else? Let me just take a quick look just to be sure. Porridge. For everyone. Which I should probably use. But I think I want the boots more because we have all this leather sitting on our face. So instead of this weaver, we knock that down and make the cobbler instead for boots.
Yeah.
And if I guess wrong, well, hey. But the boots will help. You know, it won't help. My resolve just still tanking throughout all of this, but hey. I'm doing what I can. And the small warehouse needs bricks anyway, so let's see. We're going to interrupt that plank production for kiln stuff. And let's continue making bricks, because we need those. Only 3 frogs in this settlement, by the way, which makes me realize that's why our pace is not going down as much. And here I realize I'm really, with the boots, I'm only really boosting the foxes and the frogs, but hey. Basically, I should just work on completing the settlement. I don't know why I am doing what I'm doing. Actually, I do know why, because I have to cut into this forbidden glade, and then I have to cut into a dangerous glade, and then I have to cut into the forbidden glade, but maybe it's still not so bad. We'll see. Are we... What happened to everything, by the way? Oh, we're just in clearance. I was like, why are we not getting any wheat? Primarily. We're gonna we're gonna change one of these strictly to wheat. Because if nothing else, we can't use the vegetables if we don't have anything to put vegetables in. In fact, do we even now I need to ask the question really quickly. Pickled goods, but I would need pottery, which you can make at the bakery, but yeah, really only... So we shouldn't even be making vegetables, because those don't do anything for me. Really. Yeah. In fact, I should change these to plantations now that we have... I think, but that means I can't make any more flour, because you can't plant fiber flour. Well, I'm gonna do this. So we're sacrificing coal now. There's another frog somewhere. There is, in the small fishing hut. And yeah, that does mean our coal is in a lot more pain, but maybe that's fine. Maybe it's not as fine. Yeah, we're probably going to end up using the going for the Forbidden Essence order. That would require me to get closer to these Forbidden Glades, but we have some time. And let's find out what else we can do. No more blueprints for the moment. If I'm going to be using plantations, I should probably swap these. Yeah. So I guess we... the pies would be great, though. Not doing anything with them, though. So never mind. More plant fiber, more berries, and more frogs. But that would require me to feed more people. We don't need those people yet, if that makes any sense. We're out of planks now. That makes me sad. But are we cutting these trees? What's going on here? Why is it? It might be because we don't actually have a closer warehouse. That is cutting into time, but we'll continue moving on. And let's see here. I do probably want to end up putting a human on the hearth at some point in our lives, but until that moment. We'll let coal go down a little bit more, but after that, we will stop. Keeping in mind, yeah, we do have a sacrifice cornerstone, so we are actually, yeah, you know what, we're even going to do wood too. Though we will run out of algae and wood eventually, but for the moment. So yeah, this isn't as helpful as it seems, but still. Yeah, let's see what happens. We're doing this for Sacrament of the Flame. That's what I'm trying to say here. So all of our resources here, it's being used for Sacrament of the Flame. We are yeah, I should really just focus my cutting. That's something I can improve on. Just not cutting as wide as this and just cutting a strict path to the glades if I'm just trying to rush toward Forbidden Glade, which I should be doing. But no, that's not happening. Yeah, hostility from glades increases, but I have Sacrament of the Flame, so that pretty much is a non-issue, really. In fact, we'll even put a human on the hearth now, because it really doesn't matter. And we will get cysts, but I think we'll be fine, even with a few cysts on the board. So yeah. In fact, if I have the tools, I should actually make another woodcutter's camp, just so we can get to the glades faster. Every glade, really. And I think at this point we swap all of our farms out. because we don't really have... There's not really much else to that sentence. It's, oh, I forgot to hold shift. It's fine.
Yeah, see.
And there's not really, we're not really using a lot of nodes at the moment. We do need parts, and we could use these nodes over here, but I think what we're actually going to end up doing, if we had more parts, was to make this mine actually, well, we're going to be a bit, no, because if we cut into a glade, yeah, if we cut into a glade, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter as much. So let's split the difference here. 2 frogs, a fox, and a human. And we do need another thing, but we can probably, yeah, remove one, well, remove both, but one first. Then we'll use this mine. So there's a small glade. Here's an encampment. And I think... yeah, we'll probably end up using that later on. Let's just clear these trees, though, because we need to. Out of curiosity, no, those trees are literally the literally the entrance to the Forbidden Glade. But, are we going to plow these fields in time? Well, time to find out. Otherwise, as we're sitting here, actually what we can do is move this woodcutter's camp over towards this area for the sake of... because we need to cover more space from this dangerous glade to the Forbidden Glade than anything else, really. Unless the next mystery we're going to run into is the Forbidden Glade one. But we'll find out in Year 9. Could put foxes here, too. Probably should actually put foxes there. Just so we can do something. But really, yeah, we're working on other stuff. We have a lot of building materials, but nothing else to spare. We do have a lot of wood, though, so you know what? Let's just use it all. And yeah, while we're sitting here, we will need to burn cysts at some point, but I think we should be fine. And then, yeah, we ended up using everything there. So, let's see what we can actually do in this mine. Probably should just upgrade this. And what we're probably going to do is turn that copper ore into building materials at this point. And again, we put one person in the clothier because that's all we need. For all intents and purposes, I should not have them consume boots or clothes, really, because we want to save this for a year in which we're prepared. Although, I mean, I guess into the drizzle season we should, just in case we can push them. Yeah, I mean, we leave consumption on. Leave consumption on. I'm going crazy. What else is happening with our lives? Things. We can put a hearth here. Never mind, we don't have the bricks anymore. Until we get the bricks. We can, at some point, but while we're waiting here, I might as well just start making that hearth. And we pretty much have no more flour. This does give us clay as a byproduct, I believe. No? Craziness. Well, we'll find out. But yeah, we're not using this bakery. I could knock it down, but when we want to make pickled goods, I will need the pottery. In fact, I should probably turn the wood into things. We also need bricks again anyway, so you know what? Yeah, we're just going to sit here for the moment. Can't use any of these. Actually, we're not using plant fiber, which we should. I do still want the berries. Actually, if that's the case, yeah, switch these to plant fiber. Oh, one of these to plant fiber. The other one can just... the others can stay with both, but you get the point, I think. For the sake of my sanity, we should probably just cut these small trees into the Forbidden Glade. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. And we should be good for the thing. There's the second small glade. Mushrooms, meat, and nothing else. So, Drizzle Water Gazer, but I'm already benefiting from that. Now the small farm, but it's a bit late. I already have the plantations set up. Gain 2 wildfire essence for every 2 completed. Global resolve increased by 3 for 20 trees, which at this point we're just cutting into a bunch of wood, so hey. But while we're sitting here, let us do a thing, question mark? Do I want to keep using that? No. Let's prep this next glade up. We also, yeah, we need more houses. Specifically for the frogs, but we do need the things. Actually, we need the stone too, so that actually is priority, I feel. So let's do that. Especially since we have frogs to use. And here's my reminder that I need to start making purging fires again. We don't need 9, we're just gonna assume the worst though. And let's please cut this forbidden glade quickly, please. I guess while this woodcutter's camp is here, and yeah, we're low on food again. Hey, what do you know? We're actually out of food. So let's find out. Hey, look at this new field of essentially oil or berries, really. We'll use a small farm, why not? Did I take... No, I didn't. I took the trees. I thought I took the farm. I didn't. So instead... I mean, we're getting more berries from the plantation right now. That's what we see in large berry baskets, but... we're still going to put 2 humans here. That I promise you, but... Let's see here. I am really going crazy, though. But definitely, year 10, we're going to do a thing. We're also out of food anyway because of this blood flower here. So, you know what? It's fine. We get incense from this as well. But we're out of food, so we're going to start starving. What is our 2-star node? It's another brood mother large node. Large brood mother node. That's the woodcutter's camp. That is not... Oh, because I knocked it down. I knocked down the trapper's camp, and now we don't have the parts, but hey. We will make it still. We can probably remove one of these woodcutter's camps, really. And let's get to getting closer to this forbidden glade right here, right now. One of these... I think one of these is a... large abyssal tree, but it's fine for the moment. And yeah, I should be making complex food. The problem is I can't make any complex food, so hey. We actually don't need as much oil anymore because we are super positive on it. So instead, salt, bleh. And let's find out. In fact, I may need more farms here just to make sure that gets completed, but... Alternatively, yeah, you know what? Since we don't need the points, let's break open some caches. Which one actually do I want to break into? Probably this one. The one that has bricks and skewers and fish, but for the... bricks, really. So rip my sea marrow, but I don't think that's too... Well, actually, I could sacrifice sea marrow. I'm still also sacrificing everything else. I shouldn't have done that, but... a bit too late. But we're making coal anyway. We should have enough coal, as long as we continue cutting wood somewhat efficiently. Although, yeah, we don't have enough for a warehouse anymore. That makes me kind of sad. If we can't make pickled goods, make fabric. We have people sitting around doing nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're definitely starving at a certain point. Until we at least get to clearance season, which, yeah, it would be nice. Hello, Sotor. You don't have anything that I really want, but you do have things that I could use for incense, though. And then we have scrolls, but no one can use scrolls. So instead... Funny enough, we can do the builder's tool order now, but we don't have any tools anymore, so... Oof. Should really save this for something else that I really, really need, but... So we can make our own incense. I'd rather take the scales. And let's take some pottery to make pickled goods, question mark? Yeah. In fact... Is that the cheaper of the two? Looks like it, yeah. So we'll use the pottery instead. Let's actually big man the granary. So we can make use of things. Now, we don't have any food, but let's get the pottery set up so we can make some food. And then we'll find out what else we can do. But yeah, we're probably going to go for the Forbidden Glade orders here. Now, can we do it is another question, but hopefully we can. Because otherwise, man, our lives are going to be a lot harder. So... Anywho. Should probably just call another trader afterward, but it's a bit worrisome because now I am fighting against time here. That's all I have to say at the moment. And no, the answer to our question is no. We cannot hit the consumption needs that we really, really want. So yeah, we just kind of sit here. We do need 2 distilleries if I want to make as many incense as possible. In fact, I should just be using oil here instead of our coal. Because we have the oil to use. My next question is, can we make a second distillery? No, the answer is no. Do we have anything else? I feel like I did. I feel like there's something I'm not doing, like making these comfort decorations and the other thing. We don't have the wood right now anyway, so yeah. Where did all of my wood? Oh, we used it for coal. Whoops. Well, hey. We're also using it for planks, so that's super cut into our thing. We can actually use some planks to make building materials, but no. So there are the blight rot cysts. Did we make all of these? Yes, we did. But we'll just leave the foxes there, because otherwise I'm going to forget anyway. And we can make human houses. We can also make frog houses, which would be just as important. So we'll make them around one of these hearth areas. I haven't made any pads. Really should make pads, but hey. But otherwise, yeah, we just end up using these bricks for houses. Put them somewhere. Yeah, and we're getting bricks from this cache as well. But the issue we're actually having is that we need to do this last seal order, and we're not able to. Oh boy. And as we break into 2 Forbidden Glades back to back, man, is it going to be an interesting story. Don't fell all trees. Fell only the marked ones. And yeah, these are 2 big abyssal trees that are taking up time. But by the time we get to our next year, we should be perfectly fine. OBS. I see OBS freaking out. Anywho. Basically, we just sit here and wait. Next question. We can make another small warehouse. But I think we're close enough. Now, what we aren't close enough for is, well, 1, another hearth, but 2. Is there anything else here? I don't think there's anything else here that I need to... Yeah, I could just knock that hearth and all of that stuff down. So, you know what? Let's do that. And when this blood flower disappears, we can definitely do another thing with the hearth, with hearths. But let's transplant everything while we're just kind of waiting here. We'll do 2-speed. I'm not going to be brave enough to put it on 3-speed. And let's find out. And we can definitely upgrade this hearth immediately, but we don't have the wood anyway, so yeah. Want to try not to torture our villagers with the bad space. In fact, as great as these geysers are, we're not going to be using that many. Could have, if I were a more efficient viceroy, but no. And let's break down this hearth. Also need to put this altar somewhere. Probably just stick it. there because it counts, so that way I don't have to make harmony decorations. That's something I could have done earlier. I did not. Then we can move this garden over to the second, or now our second hearth area anyway, and yeah, we just have a bunch of land here that we're not doing. But really, we can move this hearth over towards this area as soon as this blood flower disappears. And yeah, that's all I have to say. More newcomers, we'll accept them as needed. These parts are needed. Yeah, we'll take these parts. Ow, my hostility! But it's for a good cause, I swear. But also, let's get more sea marrow here. And see what else I can do with my life, because boy, can we not do as much right now anyway. There's our other hearth. I forgot which one this mystery was. Plague of Fire. Fuel disappears every 10 seconds at 2 units per, so ouch. Actual ouch. So rip my oil is what I'm trying to say. Also, we keep sacrificing sea marrow. I didn't mean to do that, because we already finished all the events we need to. In fact, we're also sitting on another Stonecutter's camp here, but we can double up on this this sea marrow node. That's fine with me. Getting a bunch of meat, but we don't really want to do that at the moment. And yeah, in year 10, we're just going to cut into both Forbidden Glades, and whatever happens, happens. If we run into a bird and something else that's just as bad, or a lighthouse tower, I guess we deal with it. But anywho. No, I was thinking. I was like, you know what I might want to do? I might want to make some purging fires. I'm going to do that anyway, but hey, I think I could actually use planks and something else here, but no, never mind. So now we just have a bunch of free builders sitting around doing nothing. Whoops. We do have some bricks to make houses with, but that would require more space that I don't have at the moment. Low on food again. And yeah, let's find out. We essentially don't have enough camps for everything, is what's going on here. So near the end of this storm season, we do want to cut into the Forbidden Glades, or assign the Forbidden Glades to be cut into. And rip all of our food. In fact, since we seem to have enough oil for sacrificing regardless, let's do our best with these. Let's put berries back in the plantations everywhere. No fishing hut. Do have a lot of building materials, by the way, so for all intents and purposes, I should call the trader. But for the moment, as long as people don't starve to death, I think we'll be okay. But we'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see about that. We might as well start making parks and stuff here. We'll need it anyway. 3, 4. We'll do our best. I don't think we can hit all of that, though. Do we have planks? We do. We also don't have houses, but I think we can make human houses. Yeah, we can stuff a bunch of human houses somewhere. Wherever we can fit them, really. And we should be good to go. We are starving left, right, and center, though. That is not good. Let's start using boots again. And everything else, really. But we have 18 people just walking around doing nothing. And let's actually cut into these Forbidden Glades now. So, what I'm trying to say is we do need all the, we need help. I should have been making pads in the meanwhile. It's a bit late, but we'll do what we can. What's this cornerstone? Extra plantations. For the sake of at least feeding people, but really. There's our first Forbidden Glade. Hold on, give me a moment. I'm a little busy. Big reed field, which we do want to use, but if we just complete these things, we should be fine. Oh, 90 oil, help! Let's instead do the other thing. We don't even have the containers anyway, so... Ouch. Hostility. But right after that... So since we're planning to finish this off, let's put a fox on the hearth for the moment. Can you guys cut these trees down? I want to do this Forbidden Glade event, please. Thank you. And yeah, we did need the Purging Fire. We have a bunch of boots, so we can actually cleanse this. And when these foxes get to working, we can do a thing. Out of curiosity, though, I don't remember these at all. Every 120 seconds, 2 cysts, which, I mean, in essence, we could have gotten 20 cysts, but we'll do anything else instead. And now we have a bunch of large seam rail nodes that we can use and prioritize, but we should be able to close out the settlement anyway, is what I'm also trying to say. Otherwise, yeah, if we had parts, I would make these harvester camps, but we don't, unless we can remove this woodcutter's camp really quickly. Do we have enough parts now? No. Man. We'll just avoid glades. We do still want to continue making wood here and there. But until these foxes start working on these events, and in fact, can't even micromanage that. Alright, cool. Well, hey, I did my best. Also, ripped my fuel, but we shouldn't need any more hostility lowering for the moment, because really, we're at, like, a negligible amount. In fact, let's just go full out. I know we don't need to burn the seam rail now. Let's just do it anyway. No, I'm going crazy. Wait, let's not do that. Although, I mean, it will help. Yeah, this lightning catcher. So while if we're working on an event, we might as well sacrifice it. But right afterward, hello, Bliss. Can I do anything with you? Technically, the tool order. The order still grant me rewards, so I mean, it would be nice. This also, I think. Also, these farming rewards would allow me to have just one farm. That does free up a lot of people for pretty much no reason, but so yeah, let's do that. Is there anything else I want? Probably incense just to feel cool, but not really anything else. Yeah, not really anything else. So let's just get this order done. And yeah, we just have ale for no reason. Out of curiosity, do we have any blueprints? No. So, off we go. And yeah, we should be able to finish both of these events soon. We finally have another building we can rebuild if I so choose, which actually we do, because that's porridge. So theoretically speaking, yes, we do want to rebuild that as well. Could also open some caches here, but don't think I want to do anything else with those at the moment. Although we are sitting on a lot of resources, but no parts. So, hey, out of curiosity, Bliss, no, you do not sell parts. And off we go. I admit, though, I've also not been as efficient on doing things. Also, we're starving, so we're about to complete the settlement, but theoretically speaking, if we were trying to continue this settlement onto infinity, we would have wanted to do some stuff, but it's fine. Bliss, go away! Go away, Bliss! We haven't finished handing all these boots over. We'll continue sacrificing Sea Marrow. It's fine. We're at 0 hostility, by the way. And we don't have any food. So yeah, that is going to be a bit of a problem. It's going to be a problem. Again, if we're theoretically trying to feed everyone, I mean, we're about to enter clearance season, so they're going to eat berries left, right, and center. But yeah, theoretically, actually, no. So what are we going to do here? Yeah, we're just going to sit here. We're just going to sit here and wait. At least the fox that's working on the Glade event won't starve. That's what I'm trying to say. But anywho. I mean, if we're just sitting here, I might as well just let the farms be as they are. For funsies, I could cut into small glades, see if we get any more fertile soil. That's really what I should be doing, but yeah, you know what? Let's just humor it for a moment. Fell all trees, by the way. And off we go. And if nothing else, if someone starves, then we get the thingy. I think we had cannibalism, right? Am I going crazy? There was not any food here, but we'll just open up the space and be happy with ourselves. And we're going to eat all of our berries again, so hey. But this is where cornerstones in which, as we complete the settlement in about 45 seconds, this is where cornerstones that give you extra, in this case, like, for example, large berry baskets help out, or extra things in the plantation, so on and so forth. We don't need any more people because we're just sitting on a bunch of people we can't use, unless they're handing us, theoretically, parts. But yeah, let's just finish the settlement off. And yeah, if nothing else, we might be... This might be my last Against the Storm video for a while. I'll still be playing Against the Storm here and there, but I am also busy with other stuff. So we'll see. If anything, I'll be crawling into my next settlement, but very likely that for the next day or two, there are going to be no Against the Storm videos. Or maybe not. We'll see what happens. But without further ado, as we finish the seal off, I might as well just complete off doing things in the Smoldering City, moving to a new cycle, so on and so forth. But hey, if nothing else, I really should just be grinding daily expeditions as well, so that we can get upgrades at least through the Queen's Patience tree, because yeah, we need more food supplies for that. So food stockpiles. But without further ado, yeah, again, as always, if you want to say anything, or if you want to support me, or if you have anything to say, any advice to give as I theoretically move on to Hostility 8, although I'm really on Hostility 12, or Prestige 12, sorry, then yeah. But again, I enjoy playing Against the Storm, but there are a bunch of other games on my plate as well, on top of just things I'm doing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But otherwise, again, as always, the comment section is open. I usually try to respond if possible. Otherwise, if there's nothing to respond to, because it's like, oh, you have a good comment, not really much to add, then hey. But otherwise, theoretically speaking, where would I go here? So probably for funsies to this Ashen Thicket. But there are no seals here, so never mind. Because I essentially want to just keep moving towards seals. So yeah, I guess this gold seal. And if I wanted to be fun, we could play near to the Monastery of the Holy Flame, but I think for the sake of my sanity, just for reaching the seal, we will go to Royal Woodlands. Out of curiosity, though, I think I should still be able to reach it right now. So 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do get this event, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so theoretically I can. We could kind of zigzag around if I really want to. Then the question would be either Scarlet Orchard or Coastal Grove. But that's something to think about next time. Out of curiosity, my daily expedition, which also dates this video. And yeah, theoretically Prestige 8, where villagers do consume more service luxury goods. But that's not really as much of an issue. That's all I have to say. So yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I see you, as we're here at the end screen. Yeah, bye.